2025 is one of the craziest years ever with the longest shutdown ever. And in this video, we're going to go over a few aspects on how people are dealing with it. We have one side that are saying that's why me, I can't do it. And let's go the entrepreneurship route. Let me find solutions. And then there's the other side where it's like, I'm just going to steal. I'm going to knock people out. And I got 3 videos showing today of 3 different approaches, and then we're going to talk about all of these. But it is absolutely crazy to see that Americans are struggling so much during the shutdown, and we're all like pawns in a little system where nobody has the reach, nobody has the power to really do much besides the politician that we've elected. And you would think that, oh my gosh, people are hurting, that they would do something about it. But then again, it's politics and not necessarily what's right or wrong. And then when you're looking at what's right or wrong, you have people in the crossfire as collateral that should not be there. And so we're going to start this video off with this young woman basically saying, why me? And I'm not going to show you the whole video because it's kind of longer. So I just show you a little bit of it. And she had to cash some of that retirement because buy her kids Halloween costumes.
It's day, I think, 29 of being furloughed, and Halloween's in 2 days, and I'm just now going to get my kids Halloween costumes because I have not had the funds for that. Like, just genuinely, we have not had the funds for that. The only reason I'm even able to do this now is because I had to pull from my retirement, and mind you, I've only been there less than a year. So I asked them, what do y'all want? And they're showing me things, and I'm like, we can't get the $30 costume y'all are wanting right now because there's 4 of y'all. It's not feasible. We don't know how long this is gonna last. And I'm just so like ashamed, like I did something wrong. And it's so hurtful because I get the cause, I get the reason why. And I know people are going through a lot with SNAP benefits being possibly cut. I get it. But most, if not all, I'm willing to bet federal employees before this did not receive SNAP benefits or any type of assistance, period. And now with everything happening, and it takes forever to get, trust and believe, like I've worked myself up to get here where I'm at. I've been on food stamps. I did everything right. Everything right. I was in the army. I've done everything.
So yeah, so you basically saw her and she's like, I'm just unhappy with my situation. I did everything right. I beat the odds. She's been on food stamps and she's like, I got out of it and now I'm a federal employee. Now I'm furloughed and now I'm in trouble. And so when you read the comment section of her video, it's basically, let me send you some Venmo. Let me buy those Halloween costumes for your kids. So there's a bunch of great people out there. But in order for you to attract that, you need to put positivity out there. You need to be approachable. You need to put yourself out there and say what is going on. And if you're not going to do that, then nobody's going to know. If you struggle in silence, it's just, how are people going to know? They're not mind readers and everybody has issues. And so when you put yourself out there and you say, I can't do it, I can't, then you got to find solutions on how to make it. Entrepreneurship. I got that video coming here in a little bit. And yeah, it is absolutely crazy. So if you like content like this, please like and subscribe. That would really help out my channel. And yeah, so she's basically putting herself out there, and I do believe that she's going to be able to pay for those costumes because there's people in the comments, let me buy that for you, let me Venmo you that money, and let me Venmo you some more that you can actually go buy food and do everything else. And what me and Ali have done, we donated food to a food pantry. So we donated some money so they can buy like 30 plus meals for some people. And it is absolutely great. If you're in an ability to give, now is the time to kind of give because people are really needing it. And if they don't have the money to do it and they don't have a long enough track record, these federal employees, to take out some 0% interest loans to kind of bridge the gap, it is absolutely sad to see. So now let's watch this video of this attorney, and he's like, yo, I'm serving hot dogs and that's just what I got to do to feed my family. So let's watch this.
I'd say it was a happy coincidence in the sense that I have something to do while I'm furloughed. But I really do want to emphasize that I and every coworker I know, we just want to go back to work. So I'm very much looking forward to, when the shutdown is over, just resuming my job and having this be a fun weekend thing like it was intended to be. Um, so, I'm happy to serve lunch, but, I really am looking forward to getting back to my job.
How amazing of an opportunity. And this is what I always say in my content. You got to have an insurance policy set in place. And people have been telling me, oh, well, as long as I started making content, it will never hit me. It will never ever hit me. And I'm immune to the world environments, to everything. People said that, oh, I work for the government. I'm never going to have a situation like this. And people have been, you can go back to my videos 6, 8 months ago where I've been telling you, it's always fun and game till it hits yourself, till you're the one that's being affected. And all of a sudden, it's not so fun after all. And then the only thing that you could have done is prepared, got something in place, got some kind of insurance policy, some kind of insurance policy put in place where you can do hot dogs, you can do something else and get some money, drive for DoorDash or something else that you can get some money so you can bridge the gap. But like I always said, it's always like, haha, it's this other guy over there. It's not me. Then it does hit you and absolutely crazy. And yeah, this is what I always say. Make sure you have insurance policies in place. Make sure you foster a network. Make sure you have a good relationship with people in your life. And make sure when they're down that you help them up again. And when they are in need of a meal, you provide it when you have the ability, because you never know if you're going to have to lean on them and they're going to be like, you know what? I will give you something. I will get you a meal. And don't worry, I got you. You helped me out when I was down. And now it's vice versa. But Americans, sometimes you give, and then when you're in the position of needing, nobody's there, and you realize, ooh, this wasn't such a good network. These weren't as good as a friends as I thought I would be. And that's what it's all comes down to. In time of needs, you really know who your friends are. And all of a sudden you're going to see that if you're in time of needs and you see that other people that you did not remotely think that are going to come out and help you are helping you, those are your true friends, and those are going to be friends and network for the rest of your life. So yeah, there's just a few words of encouragement there. So if you have the ability to donate to a food bank or something else, that's what we've done. So I encourage you to do the same thing. What I do not encourage you to do is what we're going to see in this video of this lady just basically going out and say like, I'm going to punch some people out. And if you're not going to give me at Walmart, we're just going to walk out. So let's watch this one.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, oh, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucking car if you feeling motherfucking froggy, bitch. You ain't gonna make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you. You wanna take some link? Like I don't be taking shit already. Watch this. It's okay.
So this woman turned her comments off, but I know that there's people online talking about that. And there's so many people online saying, yeah, so we're gonna do, we're just gonna walk out and with the groceries, and that's gonna put higher prices on everybody else because they didn't want to pay for food. And the problem now is if you're gonna swipe your card information and you're gonna be there at the store and you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk out. They have cameras now everywhere. Wouldn't surprise me if they have facial recognition now. They're just not coming out and seeing it. So next time you walk back to that store, they'll just arrest you. And that's going to be a whole legal problem down the road. And so I urge you not to do anything like that. I know if you have desperate times and you're like, let me put some desperate needs, let me put some desperate stuff, let me use the nuclear option, but the nuclear option might really backfire. And then you're gonna regret it for a very long time over a few $100s. If you are trying to get some food or something else, you got to go to food banks, you got to go to your local charities and see if they have something for you. And you got to ask. If you're not going to ask, nobody's going to give it to you. And I went to work the other day, and there's on my way to work, there's a church that provides food for a whole bunch of people, and I kid you not, it has been 4 blocks long of just cars waiting there an hour before they open because federal workers and everything else is not getting paid, and they're like, well, I can't get a loan, I can't do this, I can't do that, and so what do I got to do? I got to figure something out. So there's alternative options, but you got to utilize it. You have the power of the internet to kind of figure out, what am I going to do? Can I drive for DoorDash? Can I drive for Uber? Can I do Postmates? Can I do Postmark and resell stuff? Can I liquidate some of my assets? Can I do something in order to get through if I don't want to pick up an entrepreneurship type gig where I just kind of go out and do something for a little while? And some of these people have skills. That IRS attorney, he could probably make a Fiverr profile and sell his services on Fiverr and be an attorney or look at tax stuff and do all kinds of things. And in desperate times, you gotta figure something out. And if this was me, if Ali was furloughed and then be doing stuff, man, I just figure something out. I have to see how I can do it and go harder on coaching, go harder on YouTube, go harder in my other job, and then kind of figure it all out. And you just have to look at what options you got, and then you pick the best one that is the most that is the most likely to give you a paycheck ASAP. So yeah, if that is you and you're like, man, what am I gonna do? Look at your skills, download an AI tool, and then figure out, what can I do to drum up some money? What are people using for prices? How do I compare my offer? How compelling is my offer? And then you actually get some real world experience on what it takes nowadays to sell, and what do I need to do to make some money, because it's not as easy as just, let me build a website and then let me get something. No, you got to do calls, you got to do sales, you got to do marketing, you got to do everything else, and then you're going to see how hard it actually is to make a few dollars. But it is some of the most amazing rides, the amazing journeys, if you can go out there and you can somewhat provide for your family as an entrepreneur. Because once you figure out the system, and once you figure out, hey, I can actually really, really make it, all of a sudden you're like, man, do I really want to go back to my job, or am I going to take this entrepreneurship thing, level it up, be my own boss, do it all? And if you're an attorney for the IRS, you probably don't want to run a hot dog stand, but who knows? You might have an opportunity to buy another hot dog stand, another one, and all of a sudden you own 3, 4 hot dog stands, and you're like, you know what? This is fine too. I make more money. I'm an entrepreneur. I work whenever I want. I work on a Sunday, and then I take 4 days off, or I'm going to do something else, or I'm going to go boating over the weekend, or I'm going to go boating during the week, and I'm going to work weekends. These are all options you have once you're not relying on an employer, because when you're the boss, you call the shots. You just need to make sure that money's coming in. And this whole nonsense of, oh, if you don't have a boss, you're all good. No, your customers are your boss. They will tell you right away, is this good, is this bad? And they'll tell you, this product, garbage, this service, amazing. And then you listen to the feedback, and all of a sudden you have a winning system. But you gotta start off early. The longer it takes you to figure it out, the longer you're going to be with no paycheck. And I don't know when this is going to get resolved. And I looked at Kalshi, the app where they're looking at betting, where you can bet money on how long this is going to take. They're expected it to be about 45 days that this shutdown is gonna last. And yeah, this is what I think is gonna be. It's gonna be about another 2.5 weeks. I've already seen people not getting their paychecks, and so yeah, it is absolutely crazy when you think about it. And so, in order for you to kind of survive it and to make through this, it would have been real nice to have an emergency fund, to have no credit card debt, to just kind of steamroll and take some time off. But people think it's controversial to have an emergency fund to pay your bills on time. And so all of a sudden they're like, oh gosh, what do I do? But like I always said, once you make more money, it is so hard to not fall into the new car trap, the new couch, the new TV, the new whatever else it is, and all of a sudden you're not making that much money because you got all these payments going out every month, and then you're furloughed and you're like, oh no, this is not good. And yeah, that's why I advise you to kind of live below your means and make sure that you can weather a storm. And if you can't do that, then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, this was not such a smart move, because you can't eat the TV on the wall, you can't eat the car, but you can't eat food. And if you have no money for food, it's going to be really tough. So if you're in a position of donating, I said it a few times, try to donate to your local food pantry, try and see how you can help out. And yeah, some of these federal workers really need it. And yeah, this is kind of it for this video. I'm back at it. I just finished up construction over in Northtown. It's gonna get inspection on Monday. So fingers crossed everything's gonna be good. And yeah, and then we're ready to move on. But yeah, like I always said, you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta find some side gigs, side hustles where you can make some money. And nowadays, you can make money literally doing anything. You can just go out there and do pressure washing. You can do tree trimming. You can do lawn mowing. You can do everything. But one of my viewers a long time ago said it. He said that he doesn't believe there's a recession because he needs a tree to be trimmed, and he hasn't seen anybody come knocking at his door saying, hey, we'll trim that tree for you, or we'll mow your grass. And so yeah, crazy. And for these people that have been through 2008, and I have a few viewers, I always say, you guys were smart. You guys learned your lesson. And this time, we as millennials, Gen Z, will learn our lesson. These people that didn't prepare, that thought it was funny, rage bait, ha, we don't need to do none of that. I'm secure. All of a sudden, not so secure at all. And now you're gonna get burned by the stove. And the light was on that the stove is hot, but people are like, no, it's not that hot. We can touch it. And you get burnt as an adult. The problem is when you're small, when you're young and you make mistakes, you got a cell phone plan that's too expensive, or your car broken down because you couldn't afford a battery. Those are $100 problems. Maybe if you got your phone, it's a $800-900 issue. Now you're an adult and you're messing with real estate, you're doing all that, and you're gonna get into the downward spiral of the losing the house, losing everything. Costs you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. So the older you get, the wealthier you get, and you didn't prepare, the bigger mistakes, the bigger it's gonna cost you. So make sure the emergency fund. And yeah, look at this. It's almost November and I'm still in t-shirt, shorts. How amazing is that? Europe, raining and cold. I think up north it's cold too. And yeah, this is just what I choose to do now. And I'm so blessed that I can do what I love every day. And yeah, it is now Thursday. I'm off. I can go eat lunch with Ali and Kelvin today. I'm gonna go to a ramen place. And so this is the life I designed for myself. And it took me about 10 years. So if you're watching this and you're like, how do I get where you're at? It takes you about 10 years of grinding, of living way below your means, allocating each dollar to its purpose. And you can drive nice cars, you can go out to lunch, and you can go do everything you kind of want. And you could move to a place like this where it's just blue sky all the time. And yeah, if you haven't, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.